And so Jim Riley, Tom Sershin, Trevor Rieger, Joe Zillig, Harry Race, Bernard LaChance, DJ Dave, Perlita Quinwan, Elton Anderson, Don Wiley, Jim Hall, Bill Duvall, Doug King, 1961 Oyster Cracker Man, the Bitted Bet 4, the Blue Boy Boxes, the McDonald's Rapist, the Chair Rapist, the Bedbugs team, the Barnyard Rapist, you guys, little crime spree there, the GPS Anklet, Paso Robles Rapist, Night Ellery's, your faction there, Bernard LaChance, Bernard E. LaChance, the defect. So, Perlita, Bernard, and your team, your faction there, Karen Faust, Country and Western, and so on and so forth. The group of you claim to save the world, or save everybody. But they're going to be people like the military, the police, firefighters, FBI, CIA are going to prove that you guys you're the liars and the fraud. DJ Dave, fake Messiah boy. So the Two Colts, Jim Jones, the Koreshes, the terrorist regimes, Bloods, Crips, MS-13, so on and so forth, right? The military establishment will let you guys believe that you saved the world, right? But in military training, boot camp, so on and so forth, they're going to point out to where you guys' frauds are and where your failure is to the next regime, Indians, as you guys move in and out of cities and destroy them. And then, show their people how to avoid that. All right? And you don't even have to fire a bullet, just avoid the faction of Country and Western and their denial and the rap artist, all that stuff in their information network. So they let them fight you. They'll let you guys fight your war and then just move around it. Okay, Joe? Like I said, Israeli rapist Joe Zillig, Harry, Ellery's, Bernard, you're not going to get away with it, Perlita. What you guys did, 61 Oyster Cracker Man. So they just let you guys live in your delusion, and then they'll teach their new troops, their new people, how to avoid that. And I know, Roble Knight, you think you're some badass and all that, but this is the best part. Even your hidden messiah of Jamaica Street or whatnot, floating back and forth overseas, pretending that he's the king, the cowboy man of the earth or whatever. Like I said, study their military plan on the ground, because it'll be the same in space. Then study both. And then the super hidden stuff, NASA and all them can send a message into space warning of the dumbasses that ruined everything. And see, Perlita, like I said, we find Joe Zillig and Bernard LaChance, the face and eye poker mutilator team, Red Randy, Red Gordon, the whole thing, and let their regime of lies and their denial go through their fantasy with Comic Book Boy. And you guys' made up story. See, like I said, we find the ones who dismantled everything and lied for their scam, their black market. If they hadn't done that and left those children alone, you guys would live in a much different world. But, Joe Zillig and them think they're the messiah of the earth. But like I said, it proves that you're Satan and you set yourself in. It's all man-created, a script. It's fraud. So people know your script, Joe, and it's a repeat. And that you focus on me, Brian Miller, the Bailey Kintier, Kim Beswick, the Godfreys, your own nieces, Heather, Holly and Amanda. And see, Joe's whole thing is, well, so he can get out of it, so he can claim to be the German or the Jew or the Spanish, or, it's all a carny act for Bernard and them, because they steal and all that stuff. So, like I said, eventually your system will break down, Bernard, because you guys were never running it correctly, and your own walls of the people will finally just go. So, Perlita, Bernard, run around and pretend, but like I said, they find out the groups of you are causing all the problems with the money, and so, like I said, the police and the military and the doctors and the military firefighters still gotta wipe your guys' butts every time you get a boo-boo scratch, but they gotta pay for it. So they can use my accounts to sit there and find out which ones of you are hacking and all that stuff. And then, for their restitution, to pay for the medical bills and all that stuff for your movie, Bernard, Ellery, Roble Knight, Stan, Joe, your big mockery of me and, my friends and, your abuse. They get to pull it out of your bank accounts and your hacks and Perlita's circus and Bernard's, all that stuff, and put it into theirs to pay for that stuff, because you guys don't want to give them the bigger paycheck they deserve. So instead of them having to go to the criminal element, they no longer have to sit there and play you guys' criminal game. They can actually do it legitimately, get out of that racket while you guys run the racket, and then set up their new military stuff like it was working before, and then defeats you, Bernard, because you have always been the rapist, scammer, piece of shit of the earth with Doug King and so on and so forth. So All-American, Joe. Like I said, Joe, you're a rapist. You raped the Jews, and your whole story is attacking the Schwartzes, me, all those people who were right before, Brian Miller, Ron Miller, Jay Beswick, Greg Faust, Paul Puller, Mel Cove, all those things for your private country and Western shit with Karen, when the whole time Karen Faust, Don the Wiley, then the rapist barn, and all that shit, you know. Come on, Bernard. Here's your fake. Get it, Bernard? See what happens with your egotist attitude, and you guys, that whole family thinks they've defeated and saved the earth, when really it's just in defiance against those who actually knew more and knew what to do. So go ahead, Perlita, and the ghetto life, and the Carney life, and the Jackson life. But that's what happens when you guys run monopolies and dictatorships and don't let anybody do anything. Then corporations like Apple, Microsoft, Google, Intel, IHS, Lockheed gather all the information. That's what IHS does, to find out who are the ones making everybody sick. And look, it's Repeat Joe and the country and Western crew that lives in denial.